Hi, I'm Hejin and welcome to my second video. Recently, I finished one of my dream dresses and I couldn't wait to share this with everyone. This was actually the longest project I worked on and I loved every single second working on it. I named this dress Blossom and I think you'll see why when you finish watching this video. Now, let me share with you my entire journey. In the middle, you'll see Dior's bustier gown, look number 67 from Spring Ready to Wear in 2018. It was a love at first sight, and I so wanted to make my own version of it, with those beautiful fabric flowers, laces, embroidery, and tulles. While envisioning how to make this dress, I then looked into all the silk flower references, like these ones from Nuit Blanche Ballet Costumes by Dior. So I finally decided to start this project with a few modifications. 1. I wanted my dress to be a little shorter in length. 2. I envisioned it to be more opaque with ivory tone. And 3. I wanted to include some chantilly laces and beads. For fabrics, I got poly satin, plain tulles of different shades, polka dot tulle, and lattice pattern tulle. And for lining, I got polyester lining fabric. For laces, I bought chantilly lace called La Parfaite from Sophie Alette, and Alençon lace from Dentelle de Calicoterie, and a ladder lace. And for notions, I bought an invisible zipper, hook and eye closure, transparent round sequins, eyelash trim, and beads. Here's a detailed view of the materials. On the top are the tulles I used, all in different shades and patterns. Beneath them are the beads and sequins, and on the far right is the satin. From the bottom left are the ladder lace, ribbons, eyelash trim, and the chantilly lace cuts. Now I want to show you how delightful it was to make these flowers. To make these flowers, I started with making each petal. I folded the tulle and cut them into a petal shape. Then I trimmed the edges to make them prettier and placed them in groups of 5. Next, with the petals, I started making layers consisting of 5 petals each. I gathered them in the middle and sewed them together. And here it is, one layer of petals. I really made thousands of these. Next, I combined them vertically. As I really wanted the dress to be filled with many flowers, I mixed a lot of tulles, laces, and made them in many sizes. In general, these flowers had 4 to 5 layers of petals. After sewing them together, I gently pulled the petals to shape them like real flowers' petals. Like this, I went around the entire flower and positioned each petal. After this final touch, it was time to put beads in the middle. I used gold, white, and light pink hex beads and transparent sequins to add glitters. Ta-da! Here's one flower done. And here's another method I use to make flowers. This is Chantilly Lace's eyelash trim. After cutting the eyelash trim, I made several oval shapes with it, combined them in the middle, and added some beads. There were 6 to 7 of these, and I used them as accent pieces in the middle of tulle flowers. Now, let's talk about the bustier part of the dress. For the bustier part, I used poly satin with poly lining as the base and covered it with 2 layers of ivory tulle. On the third, or the top layer, I used polka dot tulle and lattice pattern tulle to accentuate sections. And for decorations, I added chantilly lace and beads, and of course my flowers and different laces. Before we move on, I wanted to show you how I interpreted some details from Dior's dress to create the Blossom dress. First, I found that the shoulder strap has text like Christian Dior. This is going to be my dress, so I embroidered my name with beads. Second, it seems like Dior used eyelash trims of chantilly lace to draw the borderline, and I thought I could use this fluffy chenille eyelash trim around the cuffs and sides. Third, I found some leaf-like laces from the dress with defined edges, so I used pieces of similar shaped Alençon lace as appliques. And finally, I also added a lot of tulle flowers. This is how it works. As you can see, I sewed the 2 pieces together to form one piece. And on the top layer, I sewed a cut piece of chantilly lace and added beads on top of it. This piece in my hands is 1 cup of the bustier. Like this, I added flowers, laces, and beads to the top layer. After the embroidery, I placed them on top of each layer and placed it on my dress form to see how it turns out. Now you can see that I made different sections with lattice pattern, plain tulle with lace, and polka dot tulle. I also added ladder lace. Next up was to make the skirt. And here are some details I introduced for the skirt. Just like the bustier, I used Alençon lace with defined edges. Then I found a couple of sections divided by cascading eyelash trims, so I used polka dot tulle and lattice pattern tulle for accents as well. Last but not least, I sewed lots and lots of tulle flowers. The skirt's composition was the same with that of the bustier, poly satin and 2 layers of tulles. For the pattern of the skirt, I used half full skirt and made it fit my height. And I continued working on the lace, beading, and flowers on the top layer. Making the skirt was a little more fun and a little more work because there was a lot of space. And this is what work in progress looked like. And to decorate each section of the skirt with different fabric, I added polka dot tulle and lattice pattern tulle with flowy edge and accentuated the lines with the eyelash trim. To correctly envision the flowy and cascading edge of the actual dress, I worked on marking the lines after placing the fabric on the dress form. And now, here comes the blossom dress. And of course, here are the 3 looks I came up with. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.